One evening, Thomas brought his last train to the junction.
He went for a drink. "I'm going to the big station," he told Percy and Toby. "So are we," they answered.
"You know,"
Percy went on,
"I think something's up."
Toby looked up at the sky. "Where?"
"Down here, silly," laughed Thomas.
"How?" asked Toby reasonably. "Can something be up when it's down?"
"Look," said Thomas excitedly. "Look!" Several engines from the other railway were coming along the line.
"Hello, Genty,"
whistled Percy.
"Hello, Pug. They're friends of mine,"
He explained.
"I don't know the others."
Genty and Pug whistled cheerfully as they puffed through the station. "What is all this?" asked Thomas. "The Fat Controller's got a plan," says Driver. He needs all of us to go to Tiffman Sheds at the end of the line. So they all went to Tiffman Sheds where all the other engines have gone. The Fat Controller was waiting for them there on top of Duck. "The people of England," he said, "read about us in the books, but they do not think that we are real."
"Shame!"
squeaked Percy. The Fat Controller glared. Percy looked subsided. "So," he continued, "I am taking my engines to England to show them." "Hooray! Hooray!" the engines whistled. The Fat Controller held his ears. "Silence!" he boomed. "We start the day after tomorrow at 8 a.m. Meanwhile, as these engines have kindly come from the other railway to do your work, you will show them how you do it. You show them what to do tomorrow." The next day, as Annie and Clelbo were going to England too, Thomas and Genty practiced with some other coaches. Thomas was excited. He began boasting about his race with Bertie. "I whooshed for the tunnel and stopped an inch from the buffers. Like this. Psh! The buffers broke. No one was hurt, but Thomas's front was badly dented. They telephoned the Fat Controller. "I'll send Thomas to some men to be repaired," he said. "But if they can't mend Thomas in time, we will go to England without him." The next morning, the engines waited at the junction. Percy and Toby were each on trucks, and Duck had pushed them into place behind Deadwood. Henrietta stood in the siding. The Fat Controller called her a curiosity. "I wouldn't dream of leaving you behind," he said. "I'll fix you up as my private coach." Gordon, James, and Henry stood in front. They waited impatiently. The Fat Controller paced the platform and took a look at the clock. "I'll wait one more minute for Thomas," he said. "Then we have to go." "Peep, peep," whistled Thomas as he panted into the station. "I hope we're not late. It isn't quite 8. "Thomas," said the Fat Controller, "I'm very displeased with you. You nearly upset my arrangements." The Fat Controller climbed into Henrietta, and the guard blew his whistle and waved his flag. The engines whistled. "Look out, England! Here we come!" And the cavalcade puffed off. The engines stood side by side in a big airy shed. Hundreds of people came to see them. They climbed in and out of their cabs every day. At first they liked the attention, but soon felt very bored, and they were glad when it was time to go home. People along the lines put the flags out. They cheered them home. "We're glad to see you," they said. "The other engines did their best, but as you all know, no engine in the entirety of the world can compete with the Fat Controller's engines."